All right, players. I want to show you something that I really, really like doing during the season. One thing that we said we want to do with baseball this season is to grow understanding of the game, get you to understand a little bit more, possibly get you to like the game a little bit more. And so, one thing that I think is really, really cool is trying to understand when we watch a game on TV or we attend a game in person, what are some of the statistics that are going to be reported in those games? And what are some of the things that people talk about during those games when they're talking about players or they're talking about teams? And so, what I wanted to do, you see, I have the statistics from our first 5 games that we've played so far. And we're going to go through some of these statistics because these are common statistics that a lot of times you'll see on television or when you're attending a game, or you'll hear people talking about these types of statistics. So let's go through first. So far, we've played 3 regular season games and 2 preseason games. Okay, so altogether, that means we've played 5 games. Our record out of those 5 games are 3 wins, 1 loss, and 1 tie. In the regular season, out of those 3 games, now we have 2 wins and 1 loss. We have 0 ties. But we take all games. We're going to take all 5 of these games for these statistics. And we'll do this now, and we'll do this after about 10 games and after the end of the season so you can see as well. So, out of the 5 games that we have played, our win percentage is 600, which means we have won 60% of our games. Okay, we have 3 wins out of the 5 games we played. Now, our non loss percentage, which is wins plus a tie, is 800. So basically, out of 4 out of the 5 games, we have not lost. Another common thing that you'll see is runs scored and runs allowed. So runs scored or RS. So far in those 5 games, we've scored 18 runs and we've allowed 9 runs. Now, RD stands for run differential. That is the number or the difference in how many runs we have scored, how many runs our opponents have scored. And ours right now is +9, which is really, really good for us. That means we've scored 9 more runs than our opponents. You want that number to be in the plus area, okay? Now, if we look at our team batting statistics, and this is for the whole team, PA or plate appearances, that is every time a player goes to bat regardless of what happens at the bat. So it includes things like if we get on base by walk or we get on base by hit by pitch. It includes getting out. It includes strikeouts, things like that. So far, our team has made 98 plate appearances. So we have gone up to the plate 98 times as a team. Now, next, at bats or AB, that's a little bit different from plate appearance. An at bat is every time a player goes to bat, excluding getting on base by a walk or a hit by pitch. A walk and a hit by pitch doesn't count toward your batting average. So it doesn't count as an at bat, but it counts as a plate appearance. So that's why you see there's a difference of 38 plate appearances. We have 38 more plate appearances than we do at bats. So far this season, we have 60 at bats. Over those 98 plate appearances, we have seen 451 pitches thrown to us. We've made our opponents throw 451 pitches to us. We have 14 hits so far on the season. And then QAB is something that sometimes you'll see reported, and that's quality at bat. That's what we've spent a lot of time talking about so far. So far this season, we have 55 quality at bats. So 55 quality at bats out of 98. That's pretty good. That's over 50% of the time we are having some type of quality at bat that, in my view, and is helping the team. Okay. Now, our batting average for the season as a team so far is 233. Batting average is it equals the number of hits we have divided by the number of at bats. So we have 14 hits divided by 60. That's how we came up with 0.233. Basically, what that means is 23% of the time we have gotten on base by a hit. That's pretty good as a team. We want that number to be a little bit higher, and I think it will after we get some work in, but that's pretty good for now. Our on base percentage, so our on base percentage is 531. That means 53% of the time we're getting on base that we go up to the plate. Now, what is on base percentage? On base percentage is hits plus walks plus hit by pitch. So it includes hit by pitch and it includes walks. So when you add the hits, walks that we have, the hit by pitch that we have, then you divide that total number by our plate appearances by 98. So that's how we get 531. And again, 53% of the time we go up, we're getting on base somehow. That's really, really good for us. We have 35 walks so far. We have 39 strikeouts. That's what you see as a K in there. We want that number to be, we want the walks to be a little bit higher than the strikeouts as we go through the season, and we'll see if that happens. We've been hit by 3 pitches, so we have 3 hit by pitches, and we've stolen 27 bases so far. Okay. Now, if we look at our pitching, in the first 5 games that we've played, we've had 4 pitchers make appearances. Of that, APPS stands for appearances, and we have had a total of 9 appearances. So that includes in the 2 preseason games, we had 2 pitchers pitch in each one of those games, right? In our first game and our second game, we had 1 pitcher pitch each one of those games. And then in the second, we had 2 people come in to those games. So we've had 9 appearances as a pitching staff. We have thrown 371 pitches to our opponents. Now, real quick, look at that pitches that we have had thrown to us. We've had 451 pitches thrown to us. We've thrown 371 pitches. So we have seen 80 more pitches than we have thrown to our opponents. That's really good, especially for this part of the season. That's really, really good. We've played 18 and 2/3 innings. Because remember, some of those have been cut short for various reasons, time constraints, things like that. We have faced 95 batters. So 95 batters have come up against us. And if you look at, we have gone to the plate 98 times. We have faced 98 batters in the field. We've recorded 51 outs, which is pretty good. And then we have 43 strikeouts. So that's a K. We have 43 strikeouts, 14 walks, 7 hits, 9 earned runs. You see that ER. And then HB stands for hit batsman. We have 3 of those. Now, I will explain what an ERA is, and then we'll also talk about our opponent's average and our opponent's on-base percentage. So an ERA is a measure of how many runs would be expected for us to give up in a 9-inning game. Now, it's a little bit different here because we don't really play 9-inning games, but the way an ERA is calculated is out of 9 innings. So ERA, or earned run average, it's equal to the number of earned runs we have divided by innings pitched times 9. So basically we have 9 runs, we divide that by 18.67, and then that number gets divided by 9. That's how we come up with our ERA. So you can see our ERA right now is 4.34. That means we would be expected to give up 4.3 runs a game. Again, at this level, it's a little bit different because we really haven't had a game where we've given up 4 runs. The most runs we've given up in a game is 3, but it's a little bit different because it's out of a 9-inning baseball game, and that's the way ERA is calculated. So the last 2 things I want to point out, I talked about our average, and our average is 233. If we look at our opponent's average, so that's the OPP average, that's 0.090. That means they are getting a hit 9% of the time that they have gone to bat. That's really, really good. They are getting a hit 9% of the time that they've gone to bat. And then if we look at our opponent's on base percentage, or the OPPOB, that's 0.253. So that means 25% of the time they are getting on base. Our on base percentage is 531. Our opponent's on base percentage is 253. That's really, really good. That means 75% of the time that our opponents have come up against us so far this season, we've gotten them out either by strikeout or by an out in the field, a catch, ground out, things like that. Okay. So these are some of the statistics that you'll see when you watch on television or when you're hearing people talk about baseball. And so, again, I hope this helps. I hope this makes it more fun to watch baseball. And I hope it makes it a little bit easier to understand when you are watching those games. Okay. And like I said, we'll do this again after about 10 games. And at the end of the season, we'll have a recap so we can keep up with things. Okay. Thanks, players. Bye.